And I can't tell you how excited I am to be here with you today. And before I go any further, though, I want to express my sincere appreciation to the Arlington Chamber of Commerce and their dynamic president, Michael Jacobson, and the new board chair, Larry Fowler, for all they are doing for Arlington. And also, let me thank our presenting sponsor, Arlington Highlands, a fantastic retail anchor with sales at approximately $160 million annually. And can we give them a round of applause for improving the quality of life right here in Arlington? Thank you. Well, I appreciate all of you for being here today, and I want you to know you're going to hear some new things. We definitely have a lot going on, and I can't thank you enough for the work you do to make Arlington the amazing place it is for our residents, our businesses, and our visitors. My appreciation today also extends to my colleagues on the City Council, a hardworking, dedicated group of City Council members who are the best in the state, by the way. And I'd like to ask each of the council members to please stand as I call your name to be recognized. Mayor Pro Tem Sherry Capehart. Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Michael Glaspie. District 3 Council Member Roxanne Thalman. District 4 Council Member Catherine Wildman. District 5 Council Member Lana Wolf. District 6 at-large Council Member Robert Shepard, who I just got a text from and is not able to make it. And I also want to recognize District 1 Council Member Charlie Parker, who's out of town. Both really hard-working council members. Let's give both of them a round of applause. And then, of course, District 7 at-large Council Member Dr. Victoria Farrar Myers. Thank you for your friendship and your leadership. You know, the entire City Council and I would like to express our appreciation to the city staff. They work so hard every day, and we pride ourselves on having a very lean organization. But we know this takes a lot of dedication from our staff. I want them to know that we appreciate the many long hours and the great creativity that they bring to the city of Arlington. Let's give our city staff a big round of applause. Thank you. So it does take a dedicated team at the city to accomplish everything that's happening here. And it also takes an incredible support system for me at home. And my wife, Karen, and my family have been and continue to be my support system through every milestone and celebration during my time here as mayor. And of course, I'm blessed to have them here today. And I'd like my wife, Karen, and my kids, Natalie, Suzanne, Ryan, Brandon, and some of Arlington's #1 citizens who happen to be my mother and father-in-law, Bob and Mary Jean Hazlett. Could y'all stand and be recognized? Okay, told you there's going to be some new stuff, and we're going to start off on a high note. Yes, breaking news, direct from New York City to Arlington. Charlotte Jones Anderson called me this morning from the Dallas Cowboys in New York City at the NFL owners meeting, and yes, Arlington, Texas, the Arlington Dream City, is going to be the site of the 2018 National Football League Draft. More dreams are coming true here. Is that not awesome? That is awesome. Isn't it great, Mayor Green, when Arlington prevails? It's an awesome thing. Well, going on with some of the other high notes that we have experienced, this past year we received 2 very significant honors. One, Money Magazine named us the best big city in the South. And ironically, the Dallas Business Journal announced that Arlington is the #1 city in economic development in North Texas. Is that not terrific to see our city being recognized nationally? And we are finally being recognized, of course, for what we've always known. And that is that Arlington is simply the best, isn't it? Don't y'all agree? And of course, that's why this year's theme is so appropriate. Made in Arlington. It gives us a chance to acknowledge what is uniquely Arlington and remind all of us so many things that have roots right here in the American Dream City. Yes, it is hard to know where to begin with all of the great things that got their start right here in our city. From our amazing restaurants to incredible performers like Maren Morris and Pentatonics, to incredible business people like Blake McCoskey, founder of Tom's Shoes, but also small businesses like RTP Marketing right in downtown Arlington, ran by Mark and Belinda Gist, my good friends. And we also have our one-of-a-kind entertainment district, which is home to Six Flags Over Texas, the Texas Rangers Globe Life Park, and the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. And a recent addition to downtown is another Made in Arlington success story, the Foyo Soul Entertainment, an amazing downtown Arlington recording studio. I bet you didn't know about it, huh? It's the dream of 12-time Grammy award-winning artist and Arlington's own Kirk Franklin. Now, not a lot of people, as I mentioned, know about Kirk's project because it's in the old Ware's Furniture Warehouse. But let's take a tour of it, provided by none other than Kirk Franklin himself.
All right, so now you can record drums in here, you can record piano, you can record singers, background singers, live singers. You come over here, it's like a little writing area, a place you wanna kind of maybe take a break in a minute, just kind of pause and kind of reflect your thoughts and ideas. So I wanted to make it very much home. This studio is the first studio in America to have a technology called acoustic architecture. You can literally change the design of the building on a laptop. You literally can. There are speakers and there are microphones that are in the walls. And with the touch of a button, you can turn this to sound like a symphony. It can sound like a mausoleum. It can sound like a jazz club. It can sound like just whatever you want it to sound like. With the touch of a button, you can change the architecture of this building. It's the first studio in the country to have it. Come on. So now this room is what we call the control room. You can do everything from program music in here to live music, live band. And so you can do live drums, live singing, live vocals, and you can even go straight to Pro Tools. My dream is to run a summer program for the arts out of this building and to be able to help kids with their dreams of music, recording, if they want to be even engineers, have an engineering program, and to be able to do vocals, and to be able to have people come together, kids be able to come together, and maybe even put together their own bands and perform it live at the Levitt Pavilion after they've already done their demo, after they've done their album. So here we are, y'all. And now this room is what you call a pre-production room. This is a room where you don't need the fullness of the room over there, and you just want to maybe just work on your track. You want to work on some programming. You may want to just plug in your bass guitar and maybe get your bass line. Maybe you just want to come and just lay down some keyboard sounds, and you don't need to be able to have the fullness of the other big room. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this vision, this dream that has been in my mind for so many years, and now it's coming true. It's real, it's here. And I hope someday that we can be able to make this a place where kids in the community, in the city of Arlington, can be able to come and dream and to be able to have something tangible that they can believe that if Kirk did it, I can do it, we can do it.
Thank you, Kirk. And his partner was Arlington's own Alan Pesci, too. Now, to make sure that we continue our tradition of music talent coming out of Arlington, Arlington ISD is building a new performing arts center in the entertainment district and on Division Street. Yes, Division Street. I can't wait to see the amazing talent that will come out of Arlington in the years to come. And what do all of these things have in common? They were made in Arlington. Now, I need your help. Whenever we have some of this, I'm going to be saying they were, and I need you to help me. Let's practice. They were made in Arlington. Okay, one more time. They were made in Arlington. All right, you guys are great. Awesome. Now, great musical talent isn't the only thing that's soaring out of Arlington. Let's talk about transportation innovations. General Motors is making great progress on their $1.4 billion expansion at the Arlington Assembly Plant. Did you know that every full-size SUV in the world is made right here in Arlington? The American Dream City is literally going worldwide thanks to General Motors. Furthermore, many of the companies that manufacture the interiors for these SUVs are moving to Arlington. Their new home will be called the Arlington Logistics Center, and it is being built at the former Six Flags Mall site. Did y'all hear that? Everybody asked me what's being built there. Well, these companies are coming to Arlington from places like, are you ready? It's not Muleshoe. It's Mexico and Luxembourg. Is that not phenomenal? It's a $250 million redevelopment project on the cutting edge of logistical manufacturing, bringing 2,000 jobs here to our community. Now, speaking of major openings in Arlington, Summit Racing Equipment celebrated its grand opening of their $82 million distribution center and retail superstore just a few weeks ago. This place is really breathtaking. I'd encourage you to go down, and it is going to have a tremendous economic impact here in our community. Now, Summit provides parts for those great classic cars like the 1968 Chevrolet Camaro, but, however, that isn't the type of transportation that we're looking at in our innovations. So, let me share with you what our council is doing to take care of all of our new transportation needs. They appointed the Transportation Citizens Advisory Committee last year. They finished up their recommendations, which, by the way, this was a 31-member group of residents and stakeholders. They researched and developed a comprehensive transportation plan for Arlington. Now, the council has been reviewing their innovative proposals, and that will help propel us towards the future. We'll be holding town halls to get more feedback from our citizens here over the next few months. And then, speaking of innovations in the area of transportation, Arlington is in its first year of operating autonomous shuttles. Autonomous means driverless, y'all. No steering wheel, no brake. Scary, isn't it? But it's working. It is working. And Arlington is the first city in the United States to offer ongoing autonomous vehicle service to the general public. It's very exciting to see what is happening. Now, this aligns with the City Council's priorities to both enhance regional mobility and put technology to work. We are accomplishing this by testing new transportation technology through pilot projects. We are at the beginning of a transportation technology revolution that is going to reduce the cost of transportation and make it much safer. We will continue to test how this technology performs, where it is best utilized, and how it can be harnessed to serve our community by actually using the technology here in our community. Now, additionally, Arlington has been chosen by the United States Department of Transportation as one of 10 national test sites for the research and development of self-driving vehicles. So this work with AVs has just begun here in our community. And of course, we're working on other innovation in transportation, such as real-time navigation apps like Waze, that has been in town, and the Connected Citizens program to promote vehicle efficiency and safety throughout our community. Now finally, if you drove your Tesla here to the dinner today, I'm sure everybody drove their Tesla here today, didn't they? But it's amazing how many of them there are. Well, you can take advantage of the Metroplex's first charging station right outside the convention center. And in fact, it's the first, as I mentioned, did y'all catch that? It's the first in the Metroplex. And you can pop in during lunch to fill up in about 20 to 30 minutes. Pretty convenient right here in the middle of the Metroplex. So you tell me? I want you to tell me. What do all these things have in common? They're made in Arlington. Awesome. Y'all, the future of transportation is very important to the future of our city. But even more important is the education of our citizens. UT Arlington is leading the way. They have long worked to create a bridge to the future through innovation. They're leading the way with their Fab Lab, a makerspace at the UTA Library, and the new SEIR building. Wonder what does SEIR stand for, huh? S-E-I-R. Stands for Science and Engineering, Innovation, and Research. Combining engineering and medical research, the SEIR building is a $180 million investment and will feature advanced technology that will propel UTA to new heights in inventions and innovation. And with opportunities like these, it's not surprising that UTA is attracting a lot of attention from students all over the world. They were ranked the 5th most diverse campus in the nation, and their new enrollment numbers have just surpassed UNT Denton with over 58,000 students. Wow. And look out, Longhorns, we're coming for you. By the year 2020, UT Arlington will exceed UT Austin's enrollment numbers, and that's the Chancellor of UT saying that. Speaking of impressive numbers, Tarrant County is always punching above their weight when it comes to educating our workforce. According to Community College Week, they are ranked 5th in the nation among all community colleges for the number of associate degrees awarded. Their graduate numbers are up 15% this year compared to last, and students are coming out of TCC ready to work in the trade, technical, and administrative fields. And their Arlington Collegiate High School was one of only 160 campuses statewide recognized as a Title I reward school. I tell you, that place is busy day and night. Hats off to Dr. Coppola for making it all work. And let's also thank our new, in fact, he's not new anymore. You know, our TCC Chancellor, Eugene Giovannini, and then he has Dr. Elva LeBlanc, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, in attendance today. This group is doing more for job training and taking care of our community than any other organization. Thank you so much, Chancellor. Thank you, Dr. Coppola, for what you're doing. But let's not leave out any of our public schools. Arlington ISD is growing, and if you've noticed, they've been doing a little building, haven't they? To the tune of about $660 million. This includes the AISD Career and Technical Center, and then y'all know what it's called. It's called the Dan Dipert Career and Technical Center, after one of our finest. It's going to serve 4,700 students in 17 new career programs. The district has brought in community partners like TCC, the Arlington Police, Fire and Water Departments, Moritz Car Dealerships, which is supplying the auto mechanics equipment and helping to write the curriculum. Phenomenal participation, and of course our Chamber of Commerce has opened the door to with our business community and are helping provide instructional and practical experience for our kids. Dr. Cavazos and Dr. Reich and the entire school board, thank you for your unwavering support of the students and working so diligently to make sure that AISD is where potential is realized. Thank you so much, AISD. While we are talking about school districts on the move, there are great things happening at Mansfield ISD. MISD educates 40% of students living in Arlington, and just like AISD, they are doing a great job of it. Last year, 425 students were named 2017 Advanced Placement Scholars, and the Timber High School boys won the state basketball championship. Is that not phenomenal? MISD had 6 National Merit Scholar semifinalists from across the district, and then go down in South Arlington and you will see newly constructed Charlotte Anderson and Glen Harmon Elementary Schools. These are beautiful campuses, and get down there if you haven't seen it. And then 2 of Arlington's finest head up the Mansfield Independent School District. Dr. V and Raul Gonzalez, thank you to you and the whole team of MISD team of educators, because you are creating nothing short of a dream for our Arlington citizens along with our neighboring city, Mansfield. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And then I've also got to mention our great charter and public and private schools that are scattered throughout our community. So many of them are winning so many awards. And then we have 2 other important public schools that service Arlington, and that is Kennedale and HEB school districts. As a matter of fact, Viridian Elementary is an HEB school serving the Viridian development, and it is a school where people travel from all over the country to come in and see the great things that are being done. And then, of course, what do all of these great educational achievements have in common? They're made in Arlington. Awesome. Thank you for that, because this is where our future is in education, and we're going to be working every way we can to partner and help. So, how can the city continue to support a community like Arlington? What's our driving force? Well, it's work to develop our economy. Economic development is vital to our current and future economy. We place a lot of emphasis here because it keeps taxes down for our residents while providing funding for quality public services like public safety and parks. This allows the council to keep tax rates down and tax exemptions up. In fact, did you know that Arlington has a lower property and sales tax rate than our neighbors like Grand Prairie, Mansfield, and Fort Worth? And the city has a new partner this year in economic development in their downtown area. Aldo Fritz has joined the Downtown Arlington Management District as the new CEO and president. Aldo comes to us from JCPenney's home office and has an extensive background in city planning and real estate. Aldo, thank you for putting another stake in the ground, because he lives right here. And then, Aldo, you're going to be working with some great places, all the way from Maverick's Bar to Wally's Man Shop to Miss Percy's Dance Studio, Division Street Brewery. The list goes on. And we look forward to seeing what you are going to do to make a difference in our thriving downtown. Thank you, Aldo Fritz, for choosing Arlington. Let's take a minute to consider some of the projects that we can look forward to opening this year. 101 Center, a 6-story mixed-use redevelopment project, is rolling full steam ahead. Upon completion, the project will include 244 luxury residential units and over 18,000 square feet of space to house retail, restaurants, and a bank. I can't make that announcement today. I wish I could. Stay tuned. Its developer, Paris Rutherford, told me that the leasing response has been tremendous. In fact, they are about 80% pre-leased, with the first phase only having been open a month. This establishes a new standard in downtown Arlington. With its amenities, unit finishes, and lease rates over $2 per square foot, Paris tells me that this project is as nice or better than the same ones he built in Legacy Town Center in Plano, Uptown in Dallas, or Las Colinas. It's a new day in housing in downtown. And then in North Arlington, the Arlington Commons is a $200 million project designed to revitalize Lamar Boulevard and provide upscale housing to keep and attract our young talent. It was built by the Nehemiah Company of Arlington. The first phase of development is set to open this month. And thank you, Bob and Howard. What a great development here, again, to provide housing for our young millennials. And it seems like every year, or perhaps every quarter, Veridian has an exciting new announcement. Our 2,000-acre residential mixed use has always got things going on. And this time, it's the Lakeview Event and Conference Center. This center, too, will be managed by Arlington's own Sanford House Inn and Spa. Bet y'all didn't know that. That was something new, huh? I think that's neat when Arlington business people can get together and work together, because they are going to be scheduling conferences, weddings, community events. Y'all, we visited there last week, and it's truly an amazing place. And I'd like to thank Bob Kimball and Howard Porteous for their continued vision for these fantastic projects that keep the American Dream City at the forefront of the real estate market. You heard us announce it last year, but now they're here and open. Yes, I'm moving on to talk about America's #1 home builder, D.R. Horton. It's the first Fortune 500 company to build its headquarters right here in Arlington. With its 150,000 square foot campus just east of North Collins, we are excited to see our vision of the central business district beginning at I-30 and going to downtown coming to fruition. Just west of D.R. Horton, Champions Park broke ground in December of 2015 and has been adding new dining and retail options for visitors and residents alike. Several establishments have opened, including a soon-to-be favorite, Torchy's Tacos, which began in a humble food trailer and has grown to over 30 locations and counting. Well, they've definitely come a long way from that first food trailer. Here's what I need to share with you about the Arlington location. Torchy's spent more money on that location than any other location they have, over $2.5 million to finish that out. An incredibly beautiful place, fun to go. And, but honestly, I've got to tell you that even if they didn't have the chandeliers in there, I'd go for the tacos. They're really good and fantastic. Now, here's something else that you may not know. Champions Park will soon be home to Social House. This is an upscale bar and restaurant with locations in Addison, Uptown Dallas, and West 7th Street in Fort Worth. Trust me, this is a happening place there, but it's going to be an even better place when they come to Arlington. Now, here's some more big dining news. I needed to give this a pause because this is a big deal. Not that all of this hasn't been a big deal, but Arlington's own Jim Ross will soon be opening a 5-star restaurant where Casserelle used to be. Y'all, this was really rough. Isn't that amazing? Let's give him a hand. All of us were just sick when Casserelle closed, and then to see one of Arlington's own stepping up and bringing us Mercury Chop House. It is going to be an incredible finish out. In fact, Jim tells me that the breathtaking views of Arlington at the table is just going to be phenomenal. It opens the first week of November, and I look forward to seeing you there. Now, most 5-star restaurants, and Mercury Chop House is no different, they don't deliver. But guess who does deliver and is coming to Arlington? UPS. Yes, UPS is here. We are thrilled to welcome the UPS Regional Hub coming to the I-20 corridor in early 2019. That development will bring an estimated 1,400 full-time jobs. And this was a huge win for us. Many big cities were in the hunt for this opportunity, and Arlington prevailed. UPS is a great company that gives back. I'm very excited about them coming. Now, with all the exciting things happening, we need to ensure we are welcoming all our guests and potential partners to the American Dream City. And part of that, doing that, is we unveiled a new illuminated gateway monument sign located on I-30 near the Fielder Road exit. Isn't it beautiful? Since it's located along eastbound I-30, all of our visitors from our sister city, Fort Worth, and points west are welcome to Arlington in a classic way. And we have a new feature welcoming people to the entertainment district, and hopefully you've already seen the new Unity Arch sculpture. But if not, I encourage you to check it out, especially at night when it is lit up. And yes, more of all of this is yet to come. Now, based on our sales tax numbers, we know that a lot of these visitors are coming to Arlington's fantastic entertainment district. What began in 1961 with the original Six Flags Over Texas has now grown into one of the strongest economic engines we have in Arlington. And we just keep adding jewels to the crown. And speaking of jewels, what about our new Texas Rangers ballpark and Texas Live development? Y'all have heard of that? Let me tell you something that you may not know about it. The combined impact of Texas Live and the new Globe Life Field will be at least $1.35 billion invested in Arlington, more than 3,000 new jobs, and 4 million annual visitors new added to the American Dream City. Thank you, Rangers. All right. Now, you may remember last year we had Guy Fieri announce that he's opening his restaurant in Texas Live. Well, this year we have another special announcement that's a little different.
They say everything is bigger in Texas, and I believe it. For almost a decade, PBR's largest event, the Iron Cowboy, has been held at AT&T Stadium right in the heart of Arlington, Texas. And with 80 million fans around the U.S., growing operations in Brazil, Australia, Mexico, and Canada, PBR is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. More than a decade ago, we launched our first PBR Country Bar in Kansas City, Missouri, a place where Western lifestyle enthusiasts and PBR fans can come together and celebrate their inner cowboy. Next year, we'll be delivering Texas-sized entertainment to the heart of Arlington, the American Dream City, when we open PBR's largest country bar as part of Texas Live. A great partnership between the Cordish Development Companies and the Texas Rangers, and we're PBR proud to be a part of it. With great neighbors like Six Flags Over Texas, the Texas Rangers, and our friends at the Dallas Cowboys, we couldn't think of a better place to open our flagship PBR Country Bar than Arlington, Texas. We'll see y'all next year at the PBR Iron Cowboy at AT&T Stadium and for the grand opening of the PBR Country Bar.
Yeehaw! Woo! You know, when the visitors come, they need somewhere to stay, and we all know that here in Arlington. Well, Live by Lowe's will be a luxury resort hotel which will ensure that more people are staying here in Arlington when they come to the events, because we want them staying here and staying here multiple days. And y'all, that's not all. Earlier this year, plans were approved to build a new 9-story, 268-room Drury Plaza Hotel near Lincoln Square. Now, it will feature a restaurant and bar and pool and public plaza with art, but here's the big thing. This will be the finest hotel in all of the Drury system, and it'll be right here in Arlington. Now, a shout out to Ronnie Price and the CVB And Jim Brothers, I've got to include you there, Gerald Alley. It is amazing the work that is being done by our Convention and Visitors Bureau as we continue to lead North Texas in tourism. But the challenge is we're on the move to double tourism here, and Fort Worth is going to help us. Thank you, Ronnie, and all your staff. Thank you very much. Well, we've talked about all the buzz in the entertainment district, but have you seen what we've been up to in the downtown area? Division Street is bustling with brand new developments. We celebrated the grand opening of Urban Union's first phase of development, including businesses such as Sugar Bee Sweets, Legal Draft Beer Company, which is the most popular craft beer spreading throughout the state, Cornell Company, Sleepy College, and more to come. Let's get to know Arlington's own Ryan Dotson, the creative mind and force behind this development.
Well, a lot of what we do is we dream about projects and then we try to figure out how to make them happen. Our family's been in Arlington for a long time. Our dream is that we can continue to help the community by revitalization and through different projects that add that cool factor. You know, we're not just real estate investors. We're really trying to create places and create spaces where people want to hang out. The Dotson family started out sometime in the 50s in Arlington. My granddad, CB, moved here. He had traveled around the country, but settled down in Arlington, and what we're doing now is kind of carrying on the tradition. I think that Arlington is a special place. It's a diverse city, it's big, it's smack dab in the middle of everything. We're reaching a point where you're going to be able to come down, park your car at Arlington, grab a beer that was brewed 2 days ago, go catch a concert from a local musician, and it's just really becoming this destination where you can live, work, play, and that's been our dream. For me, what makes it the dream city is just the ability to build my dreams. You know, I can drive downtown, see an old warehouse, and say, I want to put a brewery in there. And the city can help make that happen. 404 border came out of nowhere. It's the first market rate urban style apartment deal to be built in downtown, and it has been a smash success. I think for me, the dream is to be able to, in 10, 15, 20 years, look back and say, I was a part of that. I contributed to what that is now. I'm Ryan Dotson, and I'm alive with the American dream.
Wow, very exciting, isn't it? And stay tuned on Division Street. Isn't that right, Sam? We got more yet to come on Division. You know, I'd like to extend my gratitude to Ryan and his partners, Alan Pesci and Greg McCarthy, for making huge investments in their community. And they are continuing to give back. Let's give Alan Pesci and Greg McCarthy a round of applause too. They are doing so much in exhibiting that Made in Arlington. Now, one of the main things I get asked about is what I'm about to share with you now. Because this is something we hope will soon be made in Arlington, the Amazon HQ2. That's right, folks, we did bid for the new Amazon headquarters. And of course, this is a once-in-a-century opportunity, and yes, Arlington definitely would throw their hat in the ring because we know this is the best place to live, work, and play. The 50th largest city in the U.S., the best big city in the South, and #1 in economic development. Why wouldn't we go after Amazon? But stay tuned because who knows what's next for Amazon HQ2 and Arlington. So, how do we keep this momentum going? As a city, we need to keep laying the foundation for innovation in our culture by working together with both the public and private sector partners, and then we use this foundation to create an environment that maximizes productivity in the private sector. And finally, when we see success happening in our economy, we work to stay out of the way. Now, I hope you remember those awards I mentioned earlier. Money Magazine announcing Arlington as the best big city in the South, and the Dallas Business Journal announcing Arlington as #1 in economic development in North Texas. Did y'all remember I mentioned that? Yeah, just a few times, huh? Well, these are great measures of our success. People are noticing us. But let's dig deeper so we can see exactly what's happening to produce these kind of results, because so many people are working so hard to make it happen. You know, we are focusing very hard on our development process at the city. We are working to make our procedures easier to navigate, as well as making it easier to get your permits, even some that we can issue the same day. This continues our effort to take care of small businesses in Arlington. And next year, we will begin implementing electronic plan review to further streamline our processes. And that's not all. We are going to work very hard on improving our culture of customer service. We know that this is very important to the success of our community and the continued growth. These improvements, coupled with the success in the economic development arena, have produced a very important result for Arlington. Over the past 6 years, the average value of a new single-family home was $166,000. Now it is $255,000, a 54% increase. We are raising the bar for housing in Arlington. Thank you for all you are doing for that, and I thank you to the Arlington Board of Realtors, too, for being great ambassadors here for our community. Numbers like these are shared with our bond rating agencies to demonstrate the fiscal health of the city. They are examining our ability to meet financial commitments determined through small details like growth in building permits, and then big ones like strong sales tax growth. And this year, once again, Arlington has maintained its AAA bond rating. This demonstrates our fiscally conservative financial management. Only the top 10% of cities nationwide earn this top rating from the agencies. And the AAA rating not only shows a stable outlook, it also means lower cost to build our infrastructure, like the New York corridor improvements we have going on, or even such as the renovation of Fire Station 12. Now, if you've driven around Arlington at all lately, you know that most of our infrastructure focus these days is on roads. So this is my annual opportunity to ask your forgiveness for the inconvenience caused by all of the street work, but also to beg for your patience, because the results are worth it. And you can trust me on this. I'm an engineer. Now, I told you last year that we set a record with $100 million in annual road construction. This year, we are working on 94 lane miles of road. This translates to nearly $100 million again this year, improving our roads. And y'all, we're doing it all of this the right way, with solid financial footing and the highest level of transparency in the state. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Our Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, Glenn Hager, has awarded Arlington with 5 out of 5 transparency stars. There are currently only 4 cities in the state of Texas with that honor. We continue to excel not only in areas of finance and transparency, but also in the betterment of our residents, like our senior citizens. In March of this year, Arlington held its inaugural Aging Well Expo. It was so exciting. It was a success with more than 1,000 people in attendance. In fact, it was so well attended that next year, the 2018 Expo is going to be moving right here to the Convention Center. And I love that we have so many seniors who want to stay active and involved. And then, since we're on the topic of seniors, let's move to the topic of senior wellness. The Active Adult Center was approved by voters in May. This $45 million project will include a full-court gymnasium, an aquatic component for exercise and leisure, and a fitness area. This was a senior citizen-initiated project that was overwhelmingly supported by our community. And speaking of community support, another major investment is our downtown library. It's scheduled to open in the summer of 2018. And if you can remember the library of your youth that had books and you were supposed to stay quiet and only whisper, well, this library isn't like that at all. It's totally different, totally different. This is a 21st century library. We're talking about a rooftop garden, an outdoor lounge area for receptions and events at night, a designated area for genealogy and local history on the 3rd floor. And I don't want to forget to mention the makerspace and a monarch butterfly garden. With all of these great features, you know the city is investing in our new library in a big way, but so is the community. Yoko Matsumoto, our library director, just let me know that we have raised $6.5 million of the $8 million goal to add some of these amazing features that you have heard about. We've had some major help from Arlington families in this effort. Right at the beginning of the campaign, the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation gave a gift of $4.1 million for the largest foundation or corporate donation that's been received. And incidentally, the Tomorrow Foundation celebrated its 10th anniversary this fall. That's 10 years of giving to causes which support Arlington and its residents. A total of $20 million to our nonprofits. These grants have helped more than 370 projects or programs that have made Arlington a better place for all of us to call home. Let's give Carolyn Mentasana, our Executive Director, our thanks for all she does to make it all happen. But many of you have been so generous with your giving to this project. There are a couple of individual donors, though, that I need to recognize today. One is Miss Thasundra Duckett, and then Dr. Alan Sachs and Ruthie Brock. You may have seen Arlington's own Thasundra Duckett representing J.P. Morgan Chase during the trophy presentation at the U.S. Open earlier this year. T, as she is known, is a proud graduate of Sam Houston High School. She has risen to become CEO of consumer banking at J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, supervising over 47,000 people and over 3,000 banks. Wow, this is an American dream if I've ever heard one. And another great example of our theme, Made in Arlington. Big news, fresh off the press. T came to town on Monday, and she made the largest individual donation to the Downtown Library Foundation with a gift of $250,000. Wow. T has not forgotten Arlington. In fact, she is so excited about Arlington, and she is looking forward to seeing other ways she can help. And I also want to thank her parents, Otis and Rosie Brown, who still live here in Arlington. It was an incredibly generous gift, and it'll leave a great legacy for their family and, of course, for our Arlington community. Now, no Arlington fundraising effort would ever be complete without the donations of Alan Sachs and Ruthie Brock. You know, if you don't know Alan and Ruthie, you've probably been living under a rock. Actually, if it was a rock here in Arlington, it'd probably have Alan and Ruthie's name on it, wouldn't it? You know, there. But anyway, you know, they are genuine pioneers for so many great things in our American Dream City, and I'm proud to call them my friends. And listen to this. For the Downtown Library, Alan and Ruthie have donated $175,000. That's absolutely amazing. Thank y'all. But in true Arlington style, a lot of the money is coming from small gifts. And I want to stress that no gift is too small. Every little bit helps. And folks, it's not too late. Yoko and her fundraising partner, John and Mary Hibbs, they're ready to take any of the money you might want to give them today. So watch out, they're around here. They may catch you. Well, just like noting the good work done by Yoko and her colleagues by the library, the council and I want to acknowledge the effort expended by our city manager, Trey Yelverton, and the city staff to serve the public. Because every day of the year, our hardworking employees provide needed services to our residents. And y'all, when you hear about all these things going on, that means a lot of work for our municipal employees. And of course, one of those areas in particular that is working hard is our area of public safety. I'll start with the Arlington Fire Department. They have been receiving some notable national recognition this year. According to a recent survey, the department received the highest score in customer satisfaction among fire departments in the region, with an overall rating of 94%. They also won a national award for their partnership with the Arlington Christian Disaster Network. Now, I have some exciting news to share this morning. We were just notified that the Arlington Fire Department has achieved an insurance protection rating of a 1, the highest given. And when it takes effect in March, it will lower our rates for our businesses. And as a business owner, I know that every amount of savings can really make a difference. And then all of us at the City of Arlington were incredibly proud this year when our fire chief, Don Krausen, was recognized by the American Medical Association for the highest award for a public servant. He received the Dr. Nathan Davis Award for Outstanding Public Service in the advancement of public health. Thank you, Chief. And then the Arlington Police Department has been busy receiving praises of their own. Have you heard of the Coach 5-0 program? If you haven't been to a Friday night high school football game, you might not realize that Arlington's finest are on the sidelines and supporting our student athletes. As mayor, I am so proud of the work that Chief Will Johnson, his executive team, and the men and women who wear the blue uniform honorably have invested in our Coach 5-0 youth program, making such a difference for our kids. Folks, this next item is no small feat for the Arlington Police Department. I want to share with you that APD is continuing its trend of lowering crime. Arlington has experienced an additional decrease of almost 6% between 2015 and 2016. We're so proud of the hard work our police department puts forth each and every day to make our community a safer place to live, learn, work, and play. And this year, one of our officers received recognition for bravery. Officer Elise Bowden was gravely injured in the line of duty. Officer Bowden joins us here today. And would you please stand and let us recognize you and thank you and your family for your dedicated service to Arlington. Speaking of heroes, many of our police officers and firefighters assisted in responding to the greater Houston area following the Hurricane Harvey. In fact, they were among the first to respond. Our police and fire department sent close to 100 officers and firefighters to work alongside our brothers and sisters in the Southeast Texas region. They were assisting the search and rescue efforts, aerial assessment of flood damage, working calls for service, and assisting in shelters. Please join me in thanking our men and women for their service in the Hurricane Harvey disaster. And Chief Krausen and Chief Johnson, please pass along our thanks to the men and women of your departments who work so hard to keep us all safe. You know, it's important for us to tell these stories of service, but it's also important to look at the data. In our annual Citizen Satisfaction Survey, the results have been very positive. Since 2000, the City of Arlington has conducted an annual survey among city residents to measure and track satisfaction. And according to the results, our residents that feel that Arlington is headed in the right direction with positive results for quality of life in our great neighborhoods. 3/4 of residents recommend Arlington as a place to live and intend to stay here. Another important fact from the results is that nearly 2/3 of taxpayers conveyed that they feel that they are getting their money's worth, and we're not done yet. We're working to improve services and culture each and every day. Now, what do all of these great results have in common? They were made in Arlington. So in my 2.5 years as mayor, I've learned a lot about our community. But I have to say that my biggest surprise has been realizing just how hard it is to convey great news about our success to the entire community. We have amazing things happening, but sometimes the people I think should know about them just haven't heard about it at all. And I don't think this is a failing in our communication staff. They've got national awards to prove that they're the best in the business, but they just can't do it alone. We know that people are busy, and getting them to even read a headline can be tough some days. But we know they listen to their friends, and that's where I need your help. We are in the midst of a transition in the communications landscape. Today, I am announcing the formation of the Arlington Dream Team, a group of online ambassadors who will sign up to receive notifications through social media and commit to sharing them with their networks. Let's hear a little more about it now.
Hey everyone, it's Jay Warren with the City of Arlington, and we're recruiting a dream team to help us share the amazing things happening here in the American Dream City. And Mayor, we want to know where all of our superfans are.
Well, Jay, you know I am, but who else we got?
Hey Mayor, you got me and plenty more of us in downtown Arlington. Cheers, Arlington!
Looking for me? We're here. Mission Arlington is all in.
Me too. I love my hometown.
We're answering the call.
Count us in!
You know the Levitt's in.
The dream team can't miss.
Not just the wings, the Lady Mavs are in too.
We're ready, Arlington!
I'm on board.
We are too!
I'm working hard and I'm all in for the dream team.
You know me, I'm thrilled to be part of the team.
It is Dream Team time in Arlington.
And I know all about being part of the dream team. Arlington, let's take this thing all the way.
And Charlotte, we are ready. We just need more of you to join us. All you have to do is enter your email at arlingtontx.gov/dreamteam. We'll send the content in an email, and all you have to do is share it on social media. So come along with us, and let's dream big.
So, I need you to pick up that top secret envelope in the middle of your table that I'm sure nobody's peeked at. Inside it, I want you to open it up and you'll find a card and lapel pins. I want you to fill out that card with your email address because we'll be sending you notifications here of what's going on. And of course, also we want you to put that Dream Team pin on so people will ask you, what is that? What are you doing? And we want to give you a little time. Y'all pass that around. We want to give everybody a chance to fill that out. You know, I recently read in a book, a bestseller book as a matter of fact, that every city has about 100 influencers. Well, Arlington is not just any city. We have over 600 here today. So we need each one of you to really help us to affect the communications here in our city. With your help in sharing the good news about what's happening, we can make sure that all of our residents are in the know. It's important for the success of Arlington that we do two things. Keep up the great achievements we are experiencing and make sure the outside world knows what all our great accomplishments are, but we want them to know what it means to be made in Arlington. And as Dream Team members, you have two responsibilities. One, sign up to be an ambassador, fill out that form, and help share the good news happening in Arlington. And then number two, remember to continue sharing your acts of kindness on the Ask Arlington app. Y'all, in closing, I want to talk just a little bit about what's next, very briefly. We are going to continue to create jobs and take advantage of the momentum as the #1 ranked city in economic development in the Metroplex. We've got to keep that momentum going. We also will continue to grow tourism, which is bringing OPM into our city. And y'all know what OPM is. Other people's money. It's an awesome thing. Awesome thing. And we are working to add more upscale hotel rooms and meeting space, which is a key factor in keeping visitors here in Arlington. And stay tuned. As I mentioned, Ronnie Price and his team are working so hard, and great plans are going to be coming out of the CVB, including Enchant. Ask Ronnie about Enchant. I want to thank all our nonprofits for the great work you are doing to improve the quality of life for our community. Our council and staff are here to help you, and we will continue to use the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation to help move your important initiatives forward. I also am so proud of our faith-based community and how they are working together too to make a difference, and stay tuned for what they have in store for our community. And then, of course, our educational institutions. They have many goals and they are achieving them every day. And it's so important that we educate our youth. Our city will continue to look for ways so that we can partner and help facilitate these award-winning programs that are coming from our educational institutions, because we have got to have all of our citizens the opportunity to be educated so that they can achieve their dreams. I also want to express the importance of spreading kindness everywhere you go. You know, it's a tough world there, and we are different, and we need to be different. We need to look for ways to be kind to our neighbors and embrace the new people that visit here and also come to call this place home. You know, we want everyone to achieve that American dream, and I need y'all to, wherever you're at, in whatever meeting, try to spread and put on the minds of our citizens to be kind. That's who we are. We're the most hospitable city around, and let's continue that as we continue to grow. Every meeting I hear about or go to, there's incredible energy and vitality right now. So many people are working. It's not any one person, it's everybody coming together. That is what is making this such a special time. And this has happened before in Arlington. We are building on the success of so many who came before us. Well, this is a key time for us to do more and to step up and do more. Let's show that can-do spirit. Let's work together, and let's not dream little dreams. Let's dream big dreams in the best big city in the South. And I want to say thank you again for all you are doing to make these dreams a reality. God is blessing us right and left. He's chosen our city to make a difference. And I hope that God will bless you and your families as we move forward to make Arlington an even better city so that more dreams can come true. God bless you. Thank you all.